guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a quick review of the Spectra breast pump. And I'm doing this review because I am pumping 4 twins. I'm now mostly exclusively pumping because I'm back to work, and also because the boys just don't feed well together anymore with tandem nursing. They're very handsy, they like distract each other, they both fall asleep. And so we've just found that exclusively pumping is working best for us. In comes my best friend, the pump. So this is the Spectra pump that is rechargeable. So you don't have to have it plugged into the wall all the time. And that is one of the reasons that I went with the Spectra pump. It was the second pump I own. I had the Medela first and I got that through my insurance and it worked really, really well. But it also always needed to be plugged into a wall or use this like giant battery pack that doesn't last as long as you would think. So I decided to get the Spectra upon recommendation from my lactation consultant. It uses a little bit different of suction. The Medela uses more of like I feel like an air suction, and this uses more of like a pressure suction. So it does feel different, and I feel like it does empty the breast better. So I'm just gonna go over some of the stuff on the Spectra and why I like it. Like I said, you can recharge this. It can get plugged into the wall, and then I think it takes about 2 hours, and then the charge lasts me a entire like over 24 hours worth of pumping. So every 2.5 hours to 3 hours when I'm pumping, this bad boy can handle over a day worth of pumping without having to be recharged. So that's huge. We have a lot of options with the Spectra because it is a big brand. There are lots of accessories and parts to this. So the Spectra is a closed system, which means there's this backflow stopper. When you're pumping, milk can go back into the cords. This has a backflow stopper. It's got this like piece of silicone and the air travels through it, but liquid cannot. There's no way for like liquid to get into the motor of this and make it run bad or get bacteria or anything like that. It does have the option to have 2 pumps, or you can take one of these out and close the little valve with the suction cap, and it can be a single pump as well. So if you're nursing on one side and you want to pump on the other, you don't have to have both of them on it to work. I like that part of it too, even though I'm constantly using it as a double pump. One of the other great things is while the Spectra came with 2 sizes of the flanges, I actually needed a different size, and other companies, because this is a very popular model, do make another size flange. So I'll just pull these up. These are the 19mm flanges. I found that these on Amazon, they were relatively cheap, and they had every size, I think from like 19 all the way to like 30 something. And so even though this only came with 2 sizes of the flange, I was able to get the size that I needed. And it fits this really well. The only thing I will say is that the bottles that come with the Spectra, these come with the machine as well as the flanges that are the 2 sizes they include. It does work and connect, but it doesn't stay on all the time as tight as I think it could. I think it's just because obviously this isn't made by Spectra and this is, so while it's a very good fit, it's not a perfect fit. And I know that's kind of like being nitpicky, but you know, it is what it is. So sometimes I feel like it gets loose, and I've never had a problem where it's come undone. I just get nervous that it will, because sometimes it just kind of like lets go of the bottle itself. So anyways, this is the bottle that comes with it. You can also get more of these. I put milk into bags and put them in the refrigerator, so I don't need multiple of these, but if you did, these are not interchangeable with Medela bases, which a bunch of those came with my Medela, and I was kind of bummed that I couldn't use them to pump into on this. But I find that these bottles are super wide neck, and I kind of like them for cleaning. Like you can get like the cleaning brush into them really, really well. They are also plastic, so they do get cloudy over time, even with a lot of like really good scrubbing. So just a heads up, they didn't have any other option. I do know that you can get pump into the bag tops. I haven't explored that because, again, I don't really need them. I just use the 2 bottles that came with the breast pump in the package, and then I use the flange sizes that I ordered off of Amazon. And how this connects is you just have this, and you put the little gasket into this, and then it goes into a like hands-free pumping bra, or you can hold them. Some people do hold them. I do use the hands-free pumping bra. I did a review on my favorite one in a different video, but it's still the same bra. I think it's called Simple Wishes. I'll have to link it below, but it holds it really snug. Another thing about the smaller flange that I noticed was I have to make sure that it's on very securely, because I feel like the base of this is not as like flat, and so it doesn't like suction immediately as well as the larger size flanges, but it fits better. So as long as I like make sure it's really secure, sometimes I have to adjust it a little while pumping, but I'm really happy with the fact that this pump has a nice gentle suction. The other things that I like about it are there's several settings, a lot more settings than are on my Medela pump. The Medela pump just had like from low to high and nothing in between, except this one setting that mimics, that helps with letdown. On the Spectra, I'll just turn it on. You won't be able to see it, but if you can hear that, it's very, very quiet. So when you turn it on, it has several options. The first one is it goes automatically to the pumping setting, even though when you turn it on, you want it to go to the letdown setting. So you always have to hit that first. That's kind of a weird, I think it's a weird like default, since most people use the letdown setting first, but it is what it is. So you have to remember to hit that. You don't adjust the cycle on this one, but you can adjust. Can you guys hear that? It's very quiet. I like that. You can adjust the vacuum setting up and down using these controls. Then once your letdown is going, you can hit that button and it goes just to the regular pump. And this is where you can adjust 2 settings. So there's the cycle, which is how quickly it's suctioning it. So if it's doing slower or it's going quicker, it's just about comfort level for you. And you can kind of play around with it and adjust it to see which helps you let down the most milk. The second setting are these vacuum settings. And again, this is the strength of the vacuum. I find it's more comfortable to have a lower setting of the cycle and a higher setting of the pump. If you're doing a higher setting of the cycle, it's more comfortable to pump on a lower vacuum setting. That's just my comfort level. Mess around with it, play around with it. You want to pump on the lowest comfortable setting so that you get the most milk. When you start pumping at an uncomfortable level, it actually restricts the milk flow. So there's quite a few things that you can mess around with on this, and I like that because I think it gives more options for more people and it's more custom. The last thing that I love about this is this light, and it's really bright in this room so you can't see it, but there's 2 light settings. So the first one is super, super bright, especially in the middle of the night. The second one is even brighter in the middle of the night, but I actually tend to put I'll put like a blanket over it and you can still see it through it, but it allows you to see your screen in the dark without turning on like a big light. I will say the light is a little bit aggressive, and so if you are trying to not wake up children, use a little blanket over top of it to see or view it, or just like use your little phone, like the light from your screen of your phone. But this is really great for the middle of the night when you're pumping, because you want to be able to see how long it's gone for. There is a timer that tells you how long you've been pumping for. This is also really great. My Medela didn't, so I was always having to look at my watch or a clock to make sure I had pumped long enough or wasn't over pumping. This has the timer of how long it's been running for on the screen, so it's super simple for you to see like how long you've been pumping. I am really loving this Spectra. Again, it's rechargeable. I can put it in different areas of the house. If there's not an outlet, I can pump on the bed in the middle of the night. I like that there's several cycle settings, vacuum settings, and obviously a letdown and a regular pumping setting, plus the light. There's a lot of features of this which make pumping a little more convenient for the exclusively pumping mom or just the regular pumping mom. Obviously going from a double pump to a single pump as well. And being a popular enough brand that there are, I want to say aftermarket pieces, but more options than the company even offers that you can buy from other companies to get the best fit for your pumping journey. If you guys are questioning whether the Spectra is worth it, I would say it is. They also have a version that's a little bit cheaper that is plug into the wall only. It doesn't recharge. But I say if you're going to get this one, go all out and get the one that recharges so that you can use it in more places and more comfortably. You don't have to be tethered to a wall. The charge lasts a really long time. And like I said, with so many options, this pump can be really great for a lot of people. And I really feel like since using it, I've been more comfortable pumping, as well as gotten more milk pumping with this than I do with my Medela. I feel like there's no breast tenderness afterwards, which I was experiencing with the other one. I think a lot of it has to do again with the cycle adjustable, how quickly the suction is being applied, and then obviously the vacuum settings, which is how strong the suction is being applied. So I think the more settings there are, the more you can finagle it to be really comfortable for you and make your pumping journey just a little bit better. I know that it can be really stressful pumping. And so to all you mamas out there doing a really great job, if you're looking for a piece of equipment to make your pumping journey just a little bit easier, I really believe in the Spectra. And like I said, you guys, you can buy extra parts, different size parts. And of course, they have a really good warranty on this and a really good support center. So if you are considering buying one or looking for a better pump for your journey, this is definitely a contender. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so glad I got to review the Spectra pump with you. I have been using it for about 2 months, so this is still a really great pump for me. I actually own a hands-free pump as well, but still continue to use this pump at night because I do feel like it does an amazing job of emptying the breast and really getting you the most milk, and also has the most comfort settings of any of the pumps that I do own. Thank you guys. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I will review the other pumps I have as well, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.